My name is Ben Brode. I'm the game director on Hearthstone. And sometimes designing a card is simple. We just write it out and it's perfect. But usually a card takes a lot of work. And today we're gonna give you a glimpse behind the card to take a look at the design, art, engineering, sound, and everything else that goes into the creation of one of Journey to Ungoro's most iconic new cards, the Quest Awaken the Makers, and its incredible reward, Amara, Warden of Hope.
Hi, I'm Jeremy. I work on the Hearthstone art team.
I'm Dean, and I work on the design team.
So on Awaken the Makers, I remember the first time hearing about this from you guys, I was really excited. And it was when Dean's team came up with the idea of Quest, we were really able to show the 5 key locations of Ungoro. How did you guys first come up with the idea, though, game-wise?
So the main character of the expansion is the setting itself. So one of the things that's really important to Ungoro is just the wonder and excitement of going to these brand new places. So what better way to do that really than to send players on a quest for some legendary item of some kind.
Victory or death!
The light shall bring victory.
We always have the initial designs to start out, and they're on paper, and we're talking about them, we're thinking the mechanics are cool, but they're not really coming to life until they go to Jeremy's team.
Yeah, I think that's one of the most exciting things about working on the art team is, as soon as a sketch comes in, all the designers will come around and say, hey, look at this image, and they'll be, oh my God, that totally nails it. Yeah. But you see an image, it sort of distills the whole magic of that card. So that's what we try and deliver every time, is we deliver on that fantasy of what the game mechanic is. And then not only that, then the color comes in and the effects comes in, and it all just ties together and sort of creates this, magical experience.
Hi, I'm Becca Abel. I'm with the art team on Hearthstone.
Hi, I'm Andy Brock. I'm with the audio team on Hearthstone.
So that was really awesome seeing the work that Jeremy does, getting our card art up and going. I know that's something that is usually really exciting for me when I start seeing the art coming into the game. And one of the first things we do when we get new art is we start the golden animations.
So I have to say, looking at those golden animations in the cards, I love how it kind of draws you into the art. It is quite inspiring, and it's funny because I sometimes look at Hearthstone cards and think, I wish the player could see the full, larger art. Is that kind of a problem for you at all, working within those limitations?
Definitely, the artists make the most beautiful scenes, and sometimes we have to focus right in on what we can capture and try and highlight that and make that awesome. What inspires you guys on the sound side when you're first looking at a card? What gets you up and going with that?
Well, we look at the name of the card, and the art certainly does feed into the creative process. But in the case of Amara, we went pretty much from her name, Amara, the Warden of Hope, to give her a legendary music stinger, which felt very, very hopeful and kind of epic. I like to think that we have a really good understanding. I mean, the art team and the audio team, we know kind of when to back off and just kind of offer a supporting role. It's an awesome thing. I mean, I think the art on this game really feeds the creativity of audio, and it's I think it's a gift of a project to be working on.
Hi, I'm Tim. I'm on the production team.
Hi, I'm Josh. I'm on the engineering team. The gameplay engineering team is responsible for is actually implementing the cards in game. So we did the programming and the script implementation for Awaken the Makers and Amara, Warden of Hope. When Design first wanted to try out quests, they basically didn't have any sort of feedback. They kind of looked exactly like Secrets, where you can see the original card that you played, but there's not really any information about what's going on. But we didn't have any of the things that you will see in the actual release of Ungoro. And then once we actually went through and we implemented, put the first pass of the art in, showed you what the reward card was right there when you moused over it, gave you progress flashing. I can just feel the excitement around the room when people are playing quests, and occasionally someone would go, no! when they got the priest down to 5 health and they slammed Amara, Warden of Hope, onto the board.
You are safe now.
A lot of people's perception of producers is that like we're like the schedule guys. We're like, no, get this done. This is your deadline. And that's not really what it is at all. We're there to make sure that they can stay focused. I'm not an engineer, I'm not an artist, and I'm not a designer. I'm none of those things, but I have to understand what they do, because if I at least understand what you're doing, then that helps me shield them from all the nasty schedule stuff. They don't have to worry about the nitty-gritty and dates and all that stuff. They just have to worry about creating the most epic, awesome Blizzard experience for our players.
My name is Diego, and I'm on the localization team for Hearthstone.
Diego, what is localization?
Okay, so localization is the translation process. We don't call it actually translation, we call it localization, because one of the goals is to make a translation which is appealing for the players in every region.
Diego, I always love hearing the localized sound files after they come back from localization. I think we have a couple of those to listen to now. Let's check it out.
Ni Anchuala. Ahora estás a salvo. Теперь ты в безопасности.
Você está em segurança agora.
Vous êtes en sécurité maintenant.
Ihr seid in Sicherheit.
You're not just translating the card, but you actually have to rewrite the text to make sense in the region you're translating for.
Yeah, that's correct. So it's not an easy process all the time. So luckily for us, with Amara, it was pretty straightforward. But there are other cases where we do have to do it because of many different reasons. One of them is the refreshment vendor card that we introduced with the Grand Tournament.
You want to buy a funnel cake?
Yeah, exactly. The funnel cakes is a really nice BO, and it's something that is very appealing to US players. But when you go outside of the United States, nobody knows what's a funnel cake. So for example, with the Spanish players, with the Spanish team, they came up with who wants more churros?
That's fascinating, and now I'm also really hungry for churros. That's a glimpse of the development process behind the card, but it's not over yet. The last phase of development is, of course, when you, the players, explore the card and bring it to its full potential. Enjoy Journey to Un'Goro, and I'll see you online.